Okay. Oh, Nigeria, so far from Japan. Yes, nice. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. I think we are ready to get started. First of all, thank you all for being here today. So, it's always great to see people joining from so many different countries and time zones. And I'm happy we can spend this time together as a global community. So I'd also like to give a big thank to our speakers for being here today and for sharing their knowledge and experiences with the community. So we have a fantastic lineup, and I'm looking forward to running alongside all of you. My hope is that you'll leave today with something meaningful, whether that's new idea, fresh perspectives, or maybe even a new connection. So, and as always, please feel free to use the chat throughout the event. Share your thoughts, ask questions, and connect with each other. So let's make this another fun and welcoming gathering together. So, and with that, I'd like to kick things off with a short opening talk. So, just quick introduction. So I started this community to bring people together from around the world through learning, sharing, and connection. So today, Yuki and I organize this meetup. So together, and we are really happy to see the community continue to grow. So and if you'd ever like to speak or get involved, please feel free to reach out anytime. So we love to hear from you. So next, let's take a look at today's speakers. So we have 5 fantastic speakers joining us today. Sadaomi, Bentaka, so Pawan, Iflan, and Abnaya. So some of them have spoken at previous gatherings, while others joining us as speakers. So for the first time. So it's great to have a mix of familiar and new voices. So they are joining from and the different countries and the time zones, okay? So which is always one of the things that makes these gatherings special. So we'll follow the agenda shown on the slide. Also, there may be a few small adjustments and along the way. So each session will be around 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll have a short translation between speakers. So as always, please feel free to use the chat throughout the event, share your thoughts, ask comments, and cheer on our speakers. So I'm really looking forward to all today's sessions. So before we move on, just a couple of quick notes. So you can join us on either Zoom or YouTube, whichever works best for you. So if you'd like to share anything on social media, feel free to post using that hashtag AWS Global Community. So we'd love to see your post and highlights and from today's event. So, and as always, please feel free to use the chat thoughts, the meetup, share your thoughts, ask questions, and connect with each other. Just once more, favor, please keep your microphone mute during the sessions. Most importantly, let's make this a welcoming and respectful space for everyone. So that's what makes this community special. Thank you, and let's continue. So before we move on, so I like to take a moment to share something that important to this community. And first, if today is your first time joining us, welcome. So we are really happy you're here. So, and if you've been here before, thank you for coming back and being a part of this journey with us. So one thing's I totally appreciate, and this community is that people joining from different countries, backgrounds, and levels of experience, yet everyone comes together with willingness to learn and share. So you don't have to be an expert to participate here. So sometimes a simple question, a small idea, or a casual conversation can lead to something meaningful later on. So of course, and technology so bring us together. So, but what keeps this community growing is the people. So that also why always encourage first-time speakers and the new perspectives to get involved. So my hopes that this continue so to be a welcoming place where everyone feels comfortable learning, sharing, and connecting with others. So before next, so I'd like to share a quick update about our upcoming gatherings. So we are already looking forward to our next event in July, and we have some great speakers lined up. And for August and September, we are currently looking for speakers. If you've ever thought and sharing your experience, project, your work, lessons or learned or something you are passionate about, we love to hear from you. So whether you are first-time speaker or have spoken before, everyone is welcome. So please save the dates and join us again next month. And if you are interested in speaking, feel free to reach out anytime. So we love to have you joining a future gathering. So, and one last quick thing, if you'd like to stay connected and keep with future gatherings, please scan the QR code. We meet every month, and I hope today's event won't be the last time we see each other. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you again soon. So, all right, let's get started with today's sessions. Our speakers, first speaker is Nishi Sadaomi. Please join me in giving him warm welcome. Already?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm Sap.
Okay. I'm very excited to be here because I'm a first timer here. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, I will share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Hiromi-san, maybe I have 10 minutes or 15 minutes? 5 minutes?
15,
15 minutes. Okay, okay.
15 over 20, around.
Okay. I've got it. Okay, thank you. Again, thank you, everybody. I'm Sadaomi, and today my presentation is about the comparison between AWS Summit 2026 and Microsoft Build Update Showdown. First, let me introduce myself, everybody. I'm Sadaomi Nishi, and my nickname could be West because my first name my family name Nishi can be translated into West in English. So some of my friends call me West. So yeah, just call me Sadaomi or West or whatever. Yeah, I can understand, but that it could be so hard to pronounce my first name Sadaomi. So yeah, I'm a sales rep in Japan who really loves technology, self, and community. Yeah, I'm a AWS community builder and Microsoft MVP, and yeah, I have to say that I'm a huge Pokemon lover. Yeah, my favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff. Yeah, Jigglypuff. It is in Japanese pudding. Yeah, this is my favorite. He or she is my favorite. So anyway, I'm Sadomi from Japan. So yeah, I will share my story about the background of my session. Uh, yeah, just as I said, I'm also a AWS community builder and Microsoft MVP. So I had a chance to hear somebody's recap of Microsoft Build, which is held in June 2026 this year. And of course, I had I also had a chance to listen to the recap of AWS Summit, especially the one which was held in New York City. So that is why I decided to make this presentation. I thought that maybe I gotta speak something. So here's the agenda of my presentation. First, overview of my presentation, and second, comparison, and finally, future outlook. Okay, so let's dive into the overview. Yeah. This is the overview comparison between AWS Summit New York City 2026 and Microsoft Build 2026. Yeah. As the name shows, AWS Summit New York City 2026 was held in New York City in the US. And Microsoft Build was held also in June this year, and the venue was San Francisco. It is only my opinion, but I think that both vendors, AWS and Microsoft, are racing to own the context layer. It's only my opinion also, but I think models are becoming commodities. Not now, but they are now becoming commodity, I think, and the context might be the mode. that is the overview of the big major events, and this is the similarity of these big events, I think. Okay, so let's dive into the next next one, comparison. Yeah, but I think that these big events, AWS Summit and Microsoft Build, are somewhat similar, but also somewhat different. So let's dive into the difference. Yeah, this slide simplifies the difference between AWS Summit and Microsoft Build. Okay, so first, let us dive into the knowledge and context. As you may know, there was the announcement of AWS Context. What is AWS Context? It is a shared context layer for AI agents. Why we need it? Agents are only as intelligent as the context they can reason over. AWS Context unifies the scattered context into one governed layer for agents. And this is the architecture. And this is a comparison between AWS Context and a similar concept, similar service, which is called Microsoft IQ. It is announced in Microsoft Build. Yeah. Microsoft unlocks the context that already lives in Microsoft 365, and AWS builds context from scratch using your data. Yeah, which is in S3 or whatever, in Data Lake or something. I will share my slide afterwards. So if you if you want to, if you would like to dive into the presentation, so yeah, you can see it afterwards. Okay, so next is runtime. Maybe you know that there were some announcement about runtime. First, Agent Core Harness. It is a managed runtime for production-grade AI agents. Why we need it? If the model is the brain, the harness is the body. Production agents need to write in memory, observability, and isolation. Agent Core Harness turns all that into configuration to API, minutes to ship. Oops, sorry. And then there was an announcement of Amazon Bedrock Managed Knowledge Base, a fully managed RAG pipeline for enterprise agents. Why we need it? Building RAG is somewhat interesting, yeah, I think, but means also means stitching together connectors, parsers, vector storage, and retrievers could be a little bit difficult, yeah, sometimes. So every team reinvented a wheel. So okay, so managed knowledge base ships all of it as one service callable by agents through Agent Code Gateway. Yeah, I see that some community builders in Japan, react to the announcement of this new service. Okay, so then there was also an announcement that web search on Agent Core. It is a managed low latency web search tool for AI agents. And why we need it? No more third-party search APIs, giving agents web access. Use means to Tablet, Brave, or Bing. Yeah, I used to love, or now I love Tablet or Brave. But anyway, with data egress, rate limits, and vendor lock-in. Web search on Agent Core taps Amazon own web index used by Alexa, Quick Keyboard with zero data egress, MCP native. And this is a comparison between similar Microsoft service. Microsoft Agent Framework plus MXC. Agent Core is a cloud runtime that runs any framework. MXC is the OS level sandbox that runs agent inside Windows. Okay. I will speed myself up. So finally, governance and security. AWS Continuum, AI-native security at machine speed. Why we need it? Telemetry, context, reasoning, actions. The old model collect telemetry, query it, build dashboards, can keep up. Frontier model like Crow method finds vulnerabilities at machine speed, generating exponential backlogs. Continue close the loop, discover, prioritize, validate, remediate, all at the same speed attackers operate. And this is a comparison. Yeah, similar service, similar concept is called Microsoft M-Dash. I forgot the real name, but M-Dash is the abbreviation of some Microsoft something. Unfortunately I forgot. So, but okay. So continue mitigate security threats at machine speed across DevOps. M-Dash use over 100 agents to find a varied exploitable code vulnerabilities. Same philosophy, but different scope. Okay, so there were so many updates, so many announcements in Summit and also in Build. So yeah, I'll make a additional slides. So yeah, if you want to like know further information, yeah, please please look at my slides afterwards. Yeah, there was a WAF, a transform, or a QoS app or something. Yeah. Okay. So finally, what is future outlook? What comes next? Content could be the battlefield. So governance will be the entry ticket. Yeah, as we see, AWS Context GA and yeah, without continuum or equivalent governance, enterprise won't let agents in, I think. So model handle stimulus and radar response. The space in between, they are still ours. This is a this is a saying, by famous Werner Vogel's last speech made by last year's reInvent. Yeah, I would say that. Will AI take my job? Maybe. Will AI make us obsolete? The answer is absolutely not if you evolve. So yeah, I will evolve to not to being obsolete. Yeah. So yeah, with you guys, I will enjoy my challenge and studying. Okay, and yeah, I will introduce my community events, which will be held in September, called Joe Sonic. Yeah, it is all night event. So if you have a chance, yeah, you can join because it's online. This is FAQ. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time.
Hi. Thank you, West.
Yeah, West.
First of
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
West.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for sharing that with us. So I really enjoyed the recap and everything you ran along the way. So, and by the way, the shark character that kept appearing is actually mascot from the AWS community in Japan. It's Jaws.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah, I forgot to
Good.
make an explanation.
Yes. So
AWS
good.
AWS Japan Yeah,
Yep.
it's J, Jaws. So the character is that's
Yes.
why the character is shark. Yeah.
For sure, yes. Okay. So what really stood out to me was that you are not in the traditional engineering world. So, but you still invested the time to run, experiment, and share your findings with the community. So I think that's fantastic. So I also really enjoyed your perspective and the way you uploaded the presentation. Thank you. So, okay, does anyone have any question or comments for West?
Yeah. Thank you, Bishnu. Very informative. Thank you. Thank you for your heartful comments.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Other questions or comments? All right. All right. Hmm.
There is a comment from Leon, maybe. And
Yeah.
Victor.
Rayon, air case diffractions. Yep.
Good idea. How about AI case
Ah,
defect?
yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. I will reply in chat box. So yeah, please go ahead, Hiromi-san. Yeah.
Okay.
We're running out of
Okay.
time. So yeah. Again, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Next comment from Victor in the chat.
How
How do you?
how to navigate? Okay. If you have time, so I will make a comment. But yeah, maybe if maybe if we running out of time, so I will make a reply in chat box. No problem.
Ah, okay. It's later. Okay.
Okay. So Victor-san, thank you for your question. How do you navigate so much services, especially if you are new?
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult question. And,
Yeah.
mm, in my opinion, yeah. Yeah. As I said, only a sales rep. I'm not an engineer. So yeah, I think the tips is like it's don't be a perfectionist. I think. Yeah, because as you know, there are so many services, so many concepts, so many updates. So yeah, it is very like overwhelming to yeah catch up in a short term for especially for beginners. So yeah, I think yeah, don't be perfectionist. Like let's enjoy yeah something. Yeah, if it's only like small updates, a few services. Yeah. So again, the long story short, my tips for beginners is don't be perfectionist.
Yes. I think last question. So I think that true for many AWS services. So it's often best to start with one area that interests you, go deeper, and they gradually expand into related service. And again, right?
Thank you,
So
thank you, Yuki-san. Yeah,
yeah, comments.
yeah.
Okay.
I know him because we saw in person. So yeah, I know him. Thank you for your warm comment. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But
So, sorry.
I,
My comment for to Victor.
okay,
Sorry.
okay. So sorry for that. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's give West another round the applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you
Okay.
soon.
Okay, let's move on. So, Bentaka, are you ready?
Uh, yes, I'm ready. I hope I'm audible, right?
Okay. Can you your screen?
Yes. Let me full me screen. I hope I'm visible now and audible. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Sorry. I
you able
think
to hear me?
I think the audio is cutting.
Can't able to hear me? Now is it fine?
Yes, it's better.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Maybe some issue with the mic. So yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, take your time.
Yeah. Yes. Done. Yeah, I'm ready. So can I start going then?
Yes, can you share your screen?
Yeah. Just a moment.
Yes,
Wait. Yes, I hope my screen should be visible now.
yes, perfect. Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah. So, hi everyone. So it's my first time to be presenting here, and I can see the first presentation itself. It made me a mark to think different. So and yeah, so this is something about which I have tested with the frontier agents in the AWS, which we have recently. One is the AWS Transform, and another one is the AWS Security Agent. Now it was rebranded to another service, which have been seen earlier in the first presentation. So today I'm going to show you so how the transformation looks like when you're going to come up with migrating or modernizing some of the legacy applications. Like most of our tech stack will be on the Java or on the .NET, or sometimes it might be around Python old version as well. So how we can modernize and migrate it to the better version, and as well as how we can pen test the particular application. So here is little about me. So myself, Vishnu. So working as a cloud AI engineer, and also the community builder. So yeah, I love to write the blogs and try to explore the new services and try to write them in order to provide some better solutions as well. So as you know around, so we have a lot of technical depth was there around us. So in terms of the legacy code or old code, which is more prone to the vulnerabilities, and yeah, obviously, even with AI, you're not gonna ship the more secure code as well. So we have the gray area where we are developing much and we cannot able to test it properly, and at the same time we are on the some legacy applications where we cannot able to migrate it easily. So we have two of these cases where we need AI agents need to shine on. So that is the place where this AWS transform and security agent going to fit in. So I'm going to show you some of the screenshots which I have explored when I tried to migrate my Java application from 8 to 21 version, and as well as the Spring Boot, and as well as some Maven dependence migration, and coming to the security agent. So I tried to upload my design document. So basically it's going to review and let me know the security gaps, and it's going to do the code review in my GitHub, and as well as I have the pen tested with the application using the security agent. So how many of you were the fans of Transformers? So obviously, this is something I like, Optimus Prime. So where, yeah, moreover, I like him in the truck rather than being transformation. So transform the same. So think it like your, modernize or the old legacy thing, some called junky thing. So it going to maybe some more updated or something. So more modernized. So that is what transformation does. So that is it, it is a first kind of service which we have, which is an agentic AI, so which can do the modernization as well as the migration. And recently it was supporting a lot of things, like even you can assess your AI application as well if you wanted to migrate from one model to another model as well. So the transform was being a frontier in terms of migration and modernization. It can come to the VMware, it come to the .NET, or it come to the mainframe. When you come to Java, Python, if you want to upgrade from Angular to React or Angular to Vue. So Transform is the one of a kind. It's going to ease off some of the stuff behalf of you. And it also does the code assessment as well. So where you're going to get much of the information about your particular application in terms of system design and sequence diagram, API diagram, etc. So what you want to name, it's gonna do it for you. And this is something I wanted to explain a little bit in depth. So this is like a flow chart, how a transform looks like. So this is how a transform workflow looks like when I come here. Sorry. Yeah. So here we're going to start our discovery phase, and that can be the code infra analysis, dependency mapping, documentation, and modernization plan. Then transform will come up with something. So it has some pre-cooked templates where it's going to choose based upon your requirement. So for example, if you're going with the .NET, so obviously you need to refactor it to modern .NET, or maybe the Linux based .NET. So or else you wanted to use something like containers, obviously it also does it, and it's going to upgrade your dependencies, it's going to validate it, and even there will be the human in middle so that you can review whatever the transform changed. And same coming to the mainframe, if you're someone who has the mainframe, so it can also analyze your COBOL or JCL and it make it to Java relatable code, and it also decompose the domains as well. So everything you see, there will be human review kind of place where you're going to review what kind of changes the transform does. So think like a developer having another companion, like upgraded version of him. So for example, you do like in general, so we do some commits, we do some rise PR and etc. Right? So the same thing transform also does. It's going to separate branch and it's going to create a step plan for you, and it's going to start committing the code based upon the criteria and validation it has done. So another best part I would love was the custom transformations where it going to do the framework upgrades as well. For example, if you're someone loves Python Buto, so if you're using Python Buto 2, it's going to migrate you to Python Buto 3. Or else you are you use Java, so Spring Boot. It also can upgrade the Spring Boot as well. Even the Python API as well, or JavaScript as well. So it supports that. It also containerizes that application and also does the same thing for Angular and Vue as well. So at the end, we're going to test and validate it, and we're going to deploy it into the AWS based upon whatever fits. For example, you want to move with the lift and shift, so you can choose the EC2. If not, you wanted to modernize it, you can go to the containers. So this is how, in a nutshell, the transform does the job. So this is something in the live in the action. You can see, right? So I asked it, okay, can you upgrade my Java Spring Boot application to Java 21? So it asked me, okay, I found some of the pre-cooked template for you. So I can use this, so that it is something that the preloaded context. So the agent will be aware. So what I'm gonna do? So okay, I'm going to migrate. I'm going to upgrade the Java version. So how effective I can do. Then, since this is a custom transformation, it's going to guide me how to install something called ATX. ATX is nothing but transform CLI. So where I'm going to install the ATX and as well as the related libraries like Node.js. So once you see, so I already started executing it. So it was able to fetch the particular details and it was adding my repository and marking it. So it gets started the next process. And it created me, if you see, it created me step-by-step plan. This is something related to the step 2. If I zoom in little bit, so it pointed me that okay, Vishnu, you need to update your build tools, Maven compile, plugin for Java 21 compatibility. So these are something I found, and these need to be upgraded as well. So, and also it modified, it also showed me what kind of files it modified, and also it does the verification as well in order to see these things got fixed and they are no, doesn't throwing any compiler errors and etc. So even you can see here, it was trying to upgrade. So it was showing, so this is what I was upgrading to. And these are many files have been modified, and it also showing the verification at every step. And as well as if you see, there is something called guardrail compliance check, where it's going to see the build and dependencies. Okay, is kind of check pass. So if it is passed, we are good. If not, we try to see why it was broken or why it was not happening, so that it going to investigate much more. And it has some more like API compatibility, test integrity, security, and code quality as well. So the next thing it done was my step 4, where it updated my database drivers, like H2 database or MySQL or Postgres. It identified it and it wanted me told that, okay, I'm going to upgrade these as well. So this is the modify file. And at the end, you can see, right, it was able to modify, upgrade my Spring Boot to the long-term LTS version and as well as respective libraries as well. So at the end, so it almost saved me 422 hours in the standard developer days. So that is something more kind of uh, task can be taken by 2 to 3 engineers on a roll. So like it modified 528 lines of the code, 18 files were changed, and validation 100%. So the next second, right? Once this was done, I just did the PR mesh, and next the second I just checked the whole application. It was live and running. So it was never broken. It's just modernized. So we don't get stop here, right? So something we need to check. That is nothing but our security. So good, how good it was built. So that is something where the security agent comes in. So it does a design review, code review, pen testing, and auto remediation as well. So this is a place where you're going to do the stuff. And now it has the threat modeling as well, and it was rebranded to some other service name. And the first thing I have done was added my security agent to the particular repository where my transform writes the PR. So it seems was good. So there are no identifiers were issued. So then the code was good. The transform did the great job. It was done, but still there are gray areas where the pen testing found out. So this is my document review. So I just uploaded my design document. So it gone through all of the checks like security-based security checks, fault injection, etc. So there are some non-compliant areas I need to focus on. These are the log protection, security protection, information protection, and other related compliance areas. And before getting started, this is where we're going to set up the pen testing. So how many of us, spend much time when the application moves to the protection? So there will be always there will be the bad actors. So we need to defend those attacks before them, right? So we don't want to be in a place where we design a better application and it went online and someone got did some SQL injection or something, so my site was down, data was leaked, and obviously you lost the trust from your customers, or whoever already started to using or have used that. So here I just created my pen testing details. Sorry, and these are something it's going to test in my application. The code injection, command injection, there are around like 70 to 90 things the security agent pen testing has done on my particular website. So here are the results. You can see, right, it was able to do a lot of things like cross-site scripting, path traversal, code injection, SQL injection. Yes, it was able to inject some of the data into my website. So you can see how efficiently it was doing, and also showing that. So this is how I tried to try to break into your application and try to update your application with this SQL injection. So it showed me how it did, and it also showed me the logs as well. So you can see here it was also able to discover my endpoints, and you can see that stuff it did. So it was able to do the SQL injection. You can see, right? So it added some of the users. So it was able to penetrate into my application because of the vulnerable code. And here some of the things you can see. These are some findings, and you will get a good report on top of it. I got 57 pages, so I need to go through every scenario, how we tested, what are the things it has used, and how it get into my applications. So this is something what to try out on our applications to pen test it, so that they will be production ready with more secure. So these are some takeaways. So obviously you have seen how AWS transform modernized the Java application. Not with the Java, you can name any of the programming language like JavaScript, .NET or something. It's going to do that. It also always comes with 6 guardrail checks. You don't need to worry about the stale code or dependencies issues and etc. So obviously security agent is something where it's going to fit in your SecOps cycle from the start till the end, from your document review till the pen testing. So with this both, I can say transform handles the code and security agent handles the architecture. So that is it from my end. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ventaka, for sharing such a great solution. Thank you. So I can really relate to the topic of technical depth. So why the situation bit different, we also live with technical depth in my company. So AWS Transform looked like a very powerful service. But unfortunately, it seems that some of our code isn't currently good. So fit for it. So, but I can definitely see a lot of potential in this kind of solution. Yeah. So what exciting time to be working in the technology, right? So okay. So does anyone have any comments or feedback or question? I think you now I have an idea. Yes. One comment. Anyone question? Yes, yes, great. Great presentation was. Not having. Okay, so right. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's move on to our next speaker. So, Pawan, How so stop the sharing. Okay, I've stopped. Oh, visual. Oh, oh. How can I stop? How can I stop? Eh? Okay, thank you. So, okay, thank you so much. So, Power, they are not? Okay, let's come back to him it a bit. So, next, Irfan. Irfan, Irfan, Irfan.
Hello.
Hello, would you be willing to go next?
Let me check the connectivity first, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You gotta you gotta turn your mic on.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
So,
don't worry. So whenever you're ready, right?
okay. Okay, so there's already my screen
That's
already
right.
appear.
So can you change the
Yeah.
speaker mode? Presentation mode? Okay, perfect.
Okay. So hi everyone, my name is Irfan Satrio and I'm an AWS community builder in networking and content delivery category. I'm currently a student and I'm still doing an intern at one of the banks in Indonesia. So today we'll talk about the AWS Interconnect. This is the relatively new feature from AWS. And I think it's interesting to discuss about it because there is a hybrid and multi-cloud environment that some organization is adopting it. And we'll begin with the challenges and in hybrid and multi-cloud environment. We also talk about what is AWS Interconnect and key benefits it provides. We also talk and we'll take a look at the architecture overview and provisioning workflow before we conclude it with a short demo. So while many organizations rely on a single cloud provider, some require a hybrid or multi-cloud environment to address technical or business needs. And for example, there is a sensitive data that needs to remain on premise, or there is they need to leverage provider capabilities to make the businesses better. And there is several challenges that introduced because there's hybrid and multi-cloud environment. First is there is architectural complexity. The themes is that coordinating connectivity across multiple clouds and on-premise, it can be difficult because there is no standardized or guide for the connectivity. And there is also manual deployment that can be time consuming and it can take weeks to months. There's also a configuration overhead where like managing virtual routers, BGP peering, and cross-connect setups. It's also doing, or you can call it a DIY, do it by yourself, and it's very hard to manage it. For the reliability and security, there is they need to manually implement for the encryption and redundancy that adds operational complexity. The scalability is also limited because the traditional network links are difficult to scale up or down on demand, and the requirement is changed over time. So AWS came up with AWS Interconnect to simplify this connectivity. AWS Interconnect is a family of managed private connectivity services that enables high-speed connection from customer location to AWS and between cloud environments. It currently offers two connectivity models. First is there is interconnect multi-cloud. It is connects AWS VPCs directly to other public clouds. For example, there is a Google Cloud Platform or GCP. And I think there is already fully available, but for the Oracle or Microsoft Azure is not coming yet. I think it's still on preview, but it will be coming on this year. And then there is the last mile. This is for the on-premise, and it connect branch offices and data centers to AWS through partner networks. As we discussed earlier, that there are several challenges, and there are some of key benefits that it provides to address them. There is a simplified network architecture. They eliminate complex routing and intermediate network hops, so it's reduced complexity very much because with this architecture, the AWS will manage it, and there is a user guide to follow, then it will make the architecture easier. Also for the provisioning, it can use the elastic bandwidth because in this before the AWS interconnect, they need to reprovision if they want to adjust the bandwidth for their needs. The AWS also fully manage it, and the provider like managed router and VLANs or BGP session. For the built-in maximum resiliency, they have multiple infrastructure like interconnection facility, and I think they are use multiple devices, so it have the redundant infrastructure to eliminate single points of failure. And for the built-in security, they have a max encryption is already enabled by default. And for the monitoring, there are CloudWatch to provide visibility into latency, packet loss, or bandwidth utilization. And here's the architecture overview. As we can see, there are two cloud provider and two interconnection facility with multiple devices. We can see there is a direct connect gateway. So for this interconnect, we need to attach the direct connect gateway to the interconnect so it can connect to the workloads. And for the provisioning workflow, first the customer needs to create new interconnect, and after that the customer will receive an activation key that they can keep to it will be used on the later step. The AWS will send request for the new interconnect to another cloud provider, and the customer will use the activation key to approve the request. After that, the two provider will provision the new capacity, and the interconnect will be available. Okay, so maybe I want to show a little bit for the region that support and pricing. So we can see that there are some of region that available for the multi-cloud, and so the region is already paired. We can only pair or choose this region. And for the pricing, we can see that there are 5 tier with different connectivity scope. So the pricing is based on the connectivity scope from the largest one, and there's the smallest one. So we can adjust it as what we need. That I'm also note that there is a free tier for the multi-cloud, and it use the local or tier 1 with 500 Mbps interconnect. So, okay, I want to share the demo about I'm using the interconnect with the free tier. Okay, so I'm already on direct connect page. There are some types for the direct connect. There is the paid one and free tier, and for the last mile or on-premise. So I will choose the free tier, and we can choose the Google Cloud. So we can choose the region that we already talked earlier about the paired one. Okay, so in this page, we can see that the bandwidth is already locked at 500 Mbps because we use the free tier, and make sure to there is a direct connect gateway that available to attach. And we can paste the project ID for the Google Cloud in here. So because I already made the interconnect, I can next or make it again, and I can show that I already create. Okay, as you can see here that this is the region that I use, and US West 2 in the AWS region and US West 1 on the Google Cloud. So after we create, we will receive the activation key, and we can move to the Google Cloud. Okay, so the important thing that I noticed for the Google Cloud side, we must enable the network connectivity API before we go to the interconnect page. And because I use the US West one, so okay, maybe we can see that the original value or default value here is in every region it's still 0, and for the US West one is also 0 before I adjust it. So we must request from here, and we can send a request to the Google Cloud to adjust the value, like the value is the same as we need to for the infrastructure. Okay, so I already request in here, and they approve it because I use the free tier. So I only need the 500 Mbps, and they already approve the value. After that, we can go to the partner cross cloud interconnect where there is a create transport option. When in here we can see that there is a remote cloud service provider. We can choose this and paste the activation key that we got earlier in AWS. We can validate here, and we can see after that there are a basic configuration like bandwidth, or there is a IP that we use. For the bandwidth, we need to have the same bandwidth on the AWS. So they are the same configuration. Okay, maybe after this or already every configuration is already finished, we can create here, and I think that takes about 5 until 10 minutes until the status is active. So for in my when I'm trying to create yesterday, the status is still creating, but it doesn't take long before it get to the active one. Maybe you can see that the transport detail is already connected between two different cloud provider and two different region. Okay, so maybe that's it for the demo. I'm not focusing on the workloads, but later on I will try to make the workloads to communicate. Okay, so that's it for my session, and I want to say thank you to everyone and for your attention. I'm also thank you for Hiromi to already organize this session, and thank you for your opportunity. You can scan my QR code here for my LinkedIn, and let's get connected. Oh yeah, I'd be happy for anyone want to ask the question.
Thank you, Irfan. So I see our patient from Leon on chat. Can you check our Zoom comment? Out of the box and can we check?
Yeah. So the interconnect is a good choice to because there is a free tier too, and I think you guys should check it for experimenting with another cloud provider.
Okay, so from visual comment, no more. Oh, really? Yeah, thank you. Good comments.
Thank you, Hiromi.
Yes.
Sorry for the security. Oh yeah, I think for the security for the Mexic, I think it's for the on-premise or the last mile one. And for the detail one in the multi-cloud, I haven't checked it the detail, so I only use the last mile for the security.
Okay. Thank you, Irfan. So for sharing something, we don't often get a chance to hear about. So I learned a lot, and you have definitely sparked my interest. Thank you. So I have a question for you. So would you share this is a common issue in Indonesia? Oh, sorry. Turn turn off.
Sorry for the issue
Okay.
on Azure or
Yes, common issue in Indonesia.
The common issue. So I think the common issue is on we need to make some
Mm-hmm.
at first is the connectivity. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of, you know, because it's a new feature, so
Mm-hmm.
we need to adjust it first. And they have the user guide, but I think
Mm-hmm.
they will be update soon because there's some new update, especially because this is
Mm-hmm.
I think it's on April or
Mm.
May. It's like issue from the on GCP2, like they don't talk about how to make the transport from GCP. Like we need to know by with ourselves, like we should try and we know the issue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a standard issue. Thank you so much, I see. So, all right, thank you again. Thank you. So, let's move on, our next speaker. So, I believe she will be our final speakers for today. So Abhinyala, are you ready?
Yeah, Hiromi, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
thank you again.
Yeah,
So
hi.
she is joining us our second time, right? So, and we are also happy to welcome her.
Yeah, it is the second time actually. The last year, I think
Yes,
around
yes,
this time we have connected
yes.
on the, yeah, I remember Hiromi. Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
meanwhile, I will share my deck. Okay, yeah. Am I audible, right? Like, data. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Okay.
Yep,
Perfect.
is that visible?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So, hello everyone. Actually, there is a great session we had today. Like, today is the first time I was hearing about the AWS transform, how it is working, and how it is transforming the legacy to the requirement. Yeah, that is a great session, Vishnu. And today, my topic is about building an event-driven data lakes on AWS. So every file we receive, right, is going to be like it is going to be in the presentable format to the end user. So how the process is gonna work. So I'm going to explain the process, how we are getting the data, how the user is generating the data, and how they are seeing as an presentable format, kind of dashboard, or it might be an the data which is presentable in the application. So how it is going to be converted as an the raw data is going to after convert is going to display in the dashboards, or how it is going to be query and how it is displaying in the UI. So the process I'm going to explain about. And before starting, introduce myself. I'm Abhinaya, and I work as an associate at PwC, and I'm an AWS community builder, and this is my second year. And also I do host events on Women in Tech India, and also I work as an associate in the domain of data migration and data engineering, and I write blogs around the tech topics on data engineering. And so I do host a podcast also, like about AWS services. Like, it's kind of bite-sized podcast. So it's an audio podcast where I share insights on the like AWS services, and also with the people like whomever in the community. Like we would discuss a topic on the services and then architecture, like even like about the certifications. So this is how the podcast goes, and that's what about me. And how many of you think about how like we are generating millions of data, the terabytes of data each day, right? So anyone knows how the process is like converting to the actionable insights, and how it is displaying as the information? Can anyone know like how we are receiving the data, and then how it is converted, and how it is displaying as an information? Like we are generating and data, like terabytes of data each day from Instagram, and we can connect on the LinkedIn, right? So we are posting like the blog post, and then we are posting an insights on any services, or we are people are posting about job updates and how much job openings are available. So they are giving us an data, and we are getting as an information, right? So it is displaying as, okay, so Abinya has posted this, and Hiromi has posted an like event on June, July, and she is feeding the data, and then we are getting that as an information, and we are getting as a notification in the email, right? So how the flow works each time. For example, Hiromi has posted on information. So she's gonna conduct an event on June, July, August, and on those third week of each month. And whenever she is posting, we used to get a notification in the email, right? So there is an event happened. Okay, that is about the posting an event, which is done by Hiromi, and we have subscribed to the meetup page. For example, the global community gathering, we have joined the event, and we have joined the community, and whenever Hinomi is posting it, and we are receiving the email that suggested, like that is generating the information to us. So these are the dates which we are going to have an event. Okay, so how it is being configured at the back end. So that's how I'm going to explain it today. So what is an data lake? Before going to that, so kind of data lake is kind of, you can assume that as a lake. So in the lake, where we are having a lot of organisms over there. Okay, it's not structured for only human can use it, and animals can't in that way, right? Uh, so it's kind of fun, like similar to that. It stores structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Structured data in the sense it's kind of a CSV file, you can assume, semi-structured JSON, and unstructured images, videos. These all are generating by the users. Okay, so today I have uploaded an image, that's an unstructured data. It might be I have given a JSON file. Okay, so it's in semi-structured data. So it all can be handled by the data lake. That here in AWS services we have the S3. So you all might have aware of that S3, that simple storage service. So that act as your data lake here. So it stores, because all the storage behind all the services, like if we are fine tuning any data, so it will be stored in S3. And then if we are going to use Amplify, and the backend is going to be an S3. So for each and every services, it's an the application which is holding the data is about S3, right? So because we are choosing the S3 for durability, and it can able to, it's a serverless service actually, so it can able to, we don't need to care about any servers we need to configure over there. Just we need to create a bucket, and then we need to give an appropriate permission to for the users who are going to consume it, and it can able to scale, and it can able to hold on data like hold on data for a long time, and then it is having a different storage classes. So if we need to be push that to the archive, it is having the archive storage classes. And then if we are frequently using it, if it is having a frequent like it is having a, I think S3 frequent there is a non like there is 7 storage classes, like couldn't able to like recollect it, like there are 7 different and storage services are available, so we can opt for which one we need it. Okay, so it saves cost as well, like according to our use case. And so this is about where our data is going to collect it. For example, like as I told, Hiromi posted an event on the community like meetup page. The data is going to stored in the S3. Let's assume. Okay. So here is what, as I told earlier, it's an object storage, and any plenty of data it can able to store, and then it's high durable, and then it is highly scalable as well. So for example, like after that, so there will be an event notification. This is a trigger point. Whenever the file is uploaded, the text is received, or an image is uploaded. Okay, so it is going to have a trigger point that is called the S3 event notification. Okay, so we need to configure the S3 event notification whenever this file is received in this bucket. So we need to trigger an event. Okay, so and then here comes the Lambda. Okay, before starting with that, as like AWS Lambda is one of the serverless compute servers, so it doesn't mean like it don't have a service behind it, because AWS managed service, it will handle the servers for us. Okay, so we can able to run the code in any language whenever we need. It's kind of like pay only for what we are executing. Okay, so and then the Athena. So the Athena is a query engine where we are going to get the insights over it. For example, we are getting the so I want to query. So select star from, like there is an one like table which we are having. We can create a like we can able to query the data from the S3 by using the Athena. So for example, we have from in the AWS Global Community Gathering, we have hosted 10 events in the year of 2025. Okay, so I can query in the Athena, so I don't need any infrastructure setup like Postgres or Oracle or any database engine out there. So the Athena, we can connect with the S3, and then we can able to query the data directly from the S3. But what's the thing is, for example, you are executing the 2 to 3 queries, so it will cost for how much query you are doing it. Okay, so that's how the Athena works in the high level. And one more thing, so for example, the AWS Glue, that is a data processing service. For it is an ETL service, managed ETL service, and what it will do is extract, transform, and load whenever the event is posted, and then we are getting an email. Correct. So how it will be is, it will extract and then transform and then load the data. Okay, first we got the raw data, and then we only, okay, there is an event which is happening at August 21, so it will be transformed. Okay, the transform is the one which we are going to have a logic over there, how we are going to convert the data. Okay, so it will convert the data and then load it to the destination. Okay, it might be S3 or it can be in any database service over there. Okay, yeah, and AWS Glue is one serverless service, and then it automatically detects the schema as well. Schema in the sense, kind of for example, in the table, it is having it is having a 20 to 30 columns, it automatically detects by using the crawler. So crawler is the one which so as of now this we can skip. And glue data catalog, it is a metadata, so it will be done by the glue. There is a component in the AWS glue that is an crawler. It will do the crawling and then it will store the metadata like kind of in the book, or it's kind of agenda. So for example, in the book you are having 200 pages, and then for each 3 pages you will have one topic, right? So it will be indexed over there. So index, for example, so this is an this is a book, and the index will have the page number, right? It's like that it will be cataloged over there. It kind of an index of any table or any file you have received. It will give the table definitions. Okay, so this is how the glue and glue catalog and lambda works. So as I told, we can receive the file in any format, right? So it can be a clickstream, it can be a JSON file, it can be XML, it can be a CSV. So the raw data is going to get it in the S3 bucket. Okay, so after that, the event trigger is giving the lambda. Okay, so for I have told you an example of this community event. So we are getting one text file which is uploaded by the admin, and the event trigger is happening. Okay, there is one text file we have received, and then we are triggering that via S3 event trigger. And then the lambda, what it will do, okay, we are going to start the glue. Okay, so it is going to transform the data how we need it. Okay, for instance, I was telling about the event. For example, you are having a lot of transaction data. Okay, so you want to remove the duplicates over there. Only you want to filter it for the total amount of the each user spend over the entire month. Okay, so that you can do it in the glue. Okay, so we have received the data, and then it was triggered the AWS glue start, the glue start, and then the glue will have one job is kind of a one program it is going to run over there. Okay, and what it will do is now, so it will run the like it is going to, for example, Abhi has spent like XXS amount in the month of May. Okay, it is going to do the operation of it, like the code will generate that, and then it will saved in the processed layer, like process layer in a sense. So it's a destination layer, it is going to save. Okay, for example, how it looks like is so this is the month, so the spending amount of the user IDs. Okay, so it will be it can be queried by using the Athena. So for example, so select star from the transaction table, like we can able to see the total amount of the okay, for example, that the table is name called total amount spent. Okay, so we can query that, and then user ID, and then the other columns will display the total amount spent in the time of the period which we are querying. Okay, so this is how the process works. Okay, so apart from that, like this everything is controlled by the IAM, right? So security is the main thing which is going to control which services can able to communicate with it. Okay, the data is coming to the S3, but Lambda is can't able to read the data means, so it can't um lambda or glue, like it can't able to read the data from the S3 means, so it can't be processed, and then it can be get it to the destination, right? So the identity access management, it gives the roles for the glue service. So we need to get the access for read the data from the S3, and maybe we can drill down to which bucket, and how much whether it is going to be read data and then write data. So write data can be in this bucket, the process data folder, and then only the read data can be from the raw data bucket. So this is how we should configure that the IAM roles, like IAM policies over there, and then we can give that IAM roles as well, and then we can attach to that glue. So this is how the entire flow works. And then also the Athena also need to be need to get the access for the bucket which it going to query which it is going to be query. Okay, this is how the event-driven the pipeline works. So in real time, you can assume that it is for the banking transaction, and then you can assume for the sales data of the any company, or you can assume as I told we are getting the emails and all, so those who are subscribed to it, you can send the information to it, and then like after the transformation, and then you can assume the in real time applications, Instagram or LinkedIn, it'll work behind the scenes. The Kafka, the AWS, like the Kafka will work on it, and then we are getting the notification whenever the user is, for example, I'm following like 10 members, and those 10 members like post and will be getting over to me because I am following them. Okay, this is how the data pipeline works in the real time, real time events as well. And that's the architecture of that event driven. And so like I have captured over it, and then I will show so for example, this is a raw data folder, and then the processed data folder is there, like folder is in sense buckets. So we can, in that buckets, we are getting the objects. For objects, for example, we are having images, that's a file. In here, it will be treated as an objects. Okay, so this is an created IAM role for Lambda. Okay, so here I have created the like to consume others. This is the service Lambda. I have created the IAM role for the Lambda to get that notifications. Okay, so for example, so here if you again. So here, if you have see first, the AWS Glue is going to process the file. For that, we need to create one database in the AWS Glue. So here, if you see, I have created a student DB, and then the Glue crawler is there. Okay. So the Glue crawler will get the raw data structure over it. Whenever I'm triggering this, it will run the crawler, and then it will get the metadata of it. So if you have, see, after the crawler, it will ID, name, department, marks. Those are the things the CSV file is having. Okay. So for example, if you have see here, the create a Lambda function. So it is an the Bodo 3, and then whenever it is connecting to the Glue, and then the start job run is going to happen. Okay, and the job name is called student ETL job name. So if you see in the Glue console, like I have created one the one processing file which is called the student ETL job. It is going to trigger it. Okay, so for example, the S3 event notification, right? If you go to the S3, and then it will have the event notification option. So in that, I have given put option. Okay, put is the one whenever the file is getting uploaded, it is going to trigger an event. So this is the Lambda function. Like we need to configure which is the destination. Okay. And whenever I upload, test the partner, whenever I uploaded it, so it is getting triggered, and then it is processing it. Okay, and then I can able to query using the Athena. Okay, so that's it about the event-driven architecture of the data pipeline. This is how the backend that the data processing works, and in real time, we are using the real-time streaming applications like Kafka and Debizium. If we go for the database, and if it is going to be a batch process, it is going to be an it is going to be a scheduler, like each day or each week it should get triggered, and then it should drive the insights over it. So that's it about my talk. If you have any question, I would like to take it up. And the key takeaways is about so it is about the event-driven the data pipeline. Whenever the event is happening, it is going to trigger, and then it is going to transform and store the data in the destination, and then we can query using Athena, and then it can be anything, right? So it can be an BI dashboard in the quick site, and then so this is how the process works. Yeah, that's it about the talk. If you have any question, I would like to have. And yeah, thank you so much, Shiromi, for the opportunity, and thank you, Yuki, for taking care of the streaming. And yep.
Thank you, Abhinaya, for covering such an important topic, right? So, it's impressive to see the scale of data you are working with, and honestly, this was my first time hearing about Zomato, right?
Yeah, actually, I don't know about there. There is an application here, Zomato, which we use to order a food. Like, yeah.
My first. Thank you. So yeah. So I love. I think a lot of people can relate it to this approach. Data lake architectures like this have become essential for so many organizations. Of course, every situation is different, but before we jump into AI, having a solid foundation for managing and organizing that is incredibly important, right? So personally, I really enjoy topics like this because they focus on getting the fundamentals right. Yeah. So okay. So does anyone have comments, questions, or feedback for Abhinaya?
Yeah, people are asking about Zomato. That's in India. We are having Zomato to order food from restaurants. Yeah, it's
Yes.
in.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Okay. Oh, yeah. One comment.
If you have any question, put it in the chat. Like, I would like to take it up. Otherwise,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah.
could I
So
take? Is that presentation understandable or not understandable?
okay. Okay, so let's
God.
give her another big round of applause. Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much. So unfortunately, one of scheduled speakers had to cancel at the last minute. So we'll move on to our closing remarks. Okay, thank you. So, all right, everyone, we are coming to the end of today's gathering. First of all, please join me in giving another big round of applause to all of our speakers. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who joined to us today. So, and especially to those of you who are stayed with us until the very end. Thank you. So this month was full of great insights and discoveries, and I had a wonderful time with all of you. So personally, I'm leaving today's gathering feeling en engaged and inspired. So AWS Summit of Japan is coming up next week. So and today's conversations have made me even or expect for it. So if you'd like to stay connected, feel free to share your social links in the chat before you leave. So, and of course, I hope this won't be the last time we see each other. So thank you again for being a part of this community. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you again next month. See you July. So bye for now. Thank you so much. Bye everyone.
Good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you next month.
Thank you, Hiromi-san. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Chatanya.